So I graduated in 2020, so pretty recently, and now I live and work in Washington, D.C. I'm currently the Director of Political Training at the Leadership Institute, which is where we are today. And so I've been here for a couple of years and have been able to apply a lot of what I've done at Grove City and as a fellow to the current role that I hold today. So my junior year, I was a marketing fellow, and that was during the rebranding from the Center of Visions and Values to the Institute of Faith and Freedom, which it is today. And so I think the events that we did that year had a lot to do with rebranding and then communicating to the student body who we were. So we did a lot of speaker events, movie nights, a lot of tabling, just ways of getting out to the student body what we do, our new name, why they should be interested in what we're doing, whether they're a political science major or they're a STEM major, why faith and freedom matters. And so that year we did a lot of events that centered around that, and that was really exciting to be a part of as a marketing fellow. Grove City College had a huge impact on why I came to DC, as well as the Institute. So I studied poli-sci and philosophy. I knew I wanted to go into the political field, but I had never been to DC. So my first time coming to DC was actually as a student fellow, bringing students here for their spring break. And I just was thrown in on the deep end, had to navigate a group of folks on the metro, and I just fell in love with the city, with all of the conservative organizations that are here and everything that's happening in DC. I knew that this is where I wanted to be, and so it's because of the fellow program that I was able to have peace about moving here after graduation, which is what I did. I moved here, I started working at the Leadership Institute, and a lot of what I do here now, I started doing as a marketing fellow. So right now I do a lot of programs, which is a lot of curriculum development, recruitment and marketing, as well as event management. And that is a lot of what I did as a marketing fellow. And so it's been really sweet to be able to think back to those times and see how far I've come. And so I'm really grateful for Grove City College, everything it taught me in my courses, everything it taught me about community, but I'm also really grateful for the Institute specifically, which allowed me to develop some of those skill sets that I still use today. And now I'm a part of this amazing alumni network. You're interviewing some other really amazing people who are doing great work in the conservative movement here in DC and throughout the United States. And I'm honored to be considered one of them, so thank you for interviewing me today. Yeah. I love this question. I know that there's a few other fellows who have a similar answer, and it is that I knew about the Institute before I applied for Grove City College. My dad told me that there's this really cool liberal arts conservative school in Pennsylvania, and they have a think tank on campus called, at that time, the Center for Visions and Values. And they have student fellows who get to do research projects and get to market events and run programs. And I just thought that was the coolest thing. And so a large factor for why I chose to apply to Grove City and go to Grove City was actually to then hopefully become a fellow. And that is what happened. So I'm really grateful that my dad told me about Grove City College. In fact, it was the only school I applied to. I just knew I had to go to Grove and I had to hopefully become a fellow, and look where I am now. I'm really grateful for what has happened since. So knowing that I wanted to go to Grove City College to become a fellow, to having it actually happen, was a huge blessing in my life, and I hope that more students hear about faith and freedom and hear about Grove City and are excited for what we're doing and come to Grove and get to do what I got to do, because it was a very rewarding experience. I think about this a lot, and I think a benefit of being a fellow is being able to apply what you learn in the classroom in what you're doing as a fellow, whether that's the research project you're on or the program and event that you're running. So you do a lot of thinking in school, but being able to apply it is something that I think the fellowship is unique in allowing students to do. I also was really grateful for just the freedom that they gave the students to take ideas and put it into action. So, seeing the Liberty Mail podcast start as an idea from a fellow and now is growing into something that students are doing every year, that's just one really great example of being able to put the ideas that we think about actually into action. And so if you are a student at Grove City, you're considering coming, and you care about politics, but maybe you're a STEM major, I encourage you to apply, because there's probably a way of reaching out to those students in cool and unique ways, and the fellowship allows you to do that.